channel. So the audio is definitely working. Let's see how the light looks. Maybe a bit too much, bit washed out. Let's turn that down. Try 60% and see how that looks. A little bit better, I guess. All right, I'm going to get some things ready while waiting to see if anybody pops on here. Oops, shoot. Oh, so much tape. Oh, well, I can pick that up later. All right, I can go over here. These lights. Staying up here. Maybe. Nope. Put it up there. All right. Ooh, I have people watching. Cool. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Just getting a couple things ready before I get started. I'm going to be trying something new on the laser today. I've got this new ring light my kids got me for Christmas. So hopefully that helps illuminate things a little bit better. We'll see. I might have to unplug it, plug it back in, move it around so we can see what's going on with the laser. But I'm going to be playing with the laser today. Just trying out a couple different things. Something I've never done before. Some things I've never done before anyway. And just kind of see how it goes. So if you're new to the channel, feel free to like, subscribe, do all the things. If not, hey, what's up, Missile Fire? Hopefully we'll learn something together today. I'm just kind of messing around in the shop on this day off that I had to go to an appointment. I figured I'd use my time. So, hey, let's see. Let's see what happens here. What can we create? Let me just move a couple things real quick. How far can I get with this power cable? Can I get all the way to watching the laser? And if you're new to the channel, one thing I've been wanting to do for a while, it's going to do weird things to the camera here. One thing I've been wanting to do for a while is get my CNC cleaned up, and I did that. Let's see here. As you can see, there's almost nothing left on my CNC, so I'm going to be playing with that here in the next couple days. Hey, what's up, Woodshed? I'm going to be messing around with the laser, nothing wood related. I went to Dollar Tree and picked up some cheap glasses and some ceramic stuff to see if we can't get it to make a mark on the laser. So that's going to be the goal today. and then see if I can create something later with that, if I can get it to mark. But first thing I need to do is figure out, can you see that there? Yeah. So figure out the locations of this hole here within the laser bed. That way, it's something I've never done. I probably should have done. But that way, regardless of what I put in here, I can line it up. I can line it up to one corner, take some dimensions off of it, make a bounding box, and then put whatever it is I want to engrave within that frame. So let me do that first. Let me fire up Lightburn and see if we can't figure that out. Oh, this is going to be interesting. I got to turn this light off for a second. Which one's my heater plugged into? That one. So where's my other cord right now? My other cord is, it's plugged into, it's running. No, that's fine. I can do that. Hold on, I got to turn off this light for just a moment. Some things around here. Oh, I figured out that my power strip, the problem with it was not, in fact, the power strip itself, but the extension cord that I had it plugged into, which melted. Luckily, it never caught on fire. That would have been bad. So let's move this power cord here. That way I can move this new tripod around. This tripod light and not trip over it. There we go. We have light again. Hopefully that doesn't go anywhere. Okay, I'm just going to be careful with that. I don't trip over it. And see what happens here. So give me a moment. All right, Lightburn's fired up. I get to lower the lens down and then figure out roughly where is my blue tape measure. I have to do some conversions here. My blue tape measure measures in centimeters. So that's roughly 2.5 inches. 2.5 inches. 2.5 inches in centimeters is going to be 6 centimeters ish. Let's see here. So we're going to jog. We'll go 60 centimeters to the left. All right, let's see where that put us. One of these days, I got to install a control panel for this. It's almost there, so another, I don't know, 5 millimeters or so. Okay, let's see where that put us. Sorry, this is going to be real boring for a few minutes while I try to figure this out. Maybe another 5 millimeters. I was off a bit there. Again, this is something I've never done, but probably should have. All right, so that looks pretty much in line with the right side of this opening. So I'm going to make a mark on Lightburn and then drop it down to here. Let's see how that goes. Let's see here. Let's move that a little bit. Hey, what's up, Fabian? Welcome to the channel. The one problem with this this ring light. Oh shoot. That did not tighten like I wanted it to. Sorry about the bad camera work. It's on like a flexible arm to hold the camera, whereas my old one was more stationary. I don't want to add a Q&A sticker. It's stupid. Stop it, YouTube. All right, let me make a mark here. Let's see here. I'm going to draw a line. Oh, come on. Okay, so I made that mark. Now I need to drop it down. Let's see how far down I need to go. So this opening is 8¼ inches. 8¼ inches. Hey Siri, convert 8¼ inches to centimeters.
That would be 20.96.
20.96, so 209.6 millimeters. God dang it. That was dumb of me. I just did something stupid. Okay. So I clicked the wrong button. That's okay. We'll go 70 millimeters in this direction. Okay, that puts me right where I was. Almost did some stupid stuff. All right, am I aligned there? Now I'm a little bit too far, just a hair. So I'm going to go 10 millimeters back. See what that does for me. Okay. This is exciting stuff right here. But it's necessary. Needs to happen. Okay. I was a little bit too far, so 5 back in the other direction. All right. Let's do that. Let's go 5 in the other direction. Okay. I think. Yeah, that looks good. Cool. Now measure this opening here. This is 13¾ inches. Hey Siri, convert 13¾ inches to millimeters.
The answer is 349.25 millimeters.
Okay. So I'm going to draw this box right here. 349 in the left direction. And let's look where that is. See if we're in the right spot. Ooh. Almost. I just go back about a millimeter or so. So we'll take that. Okay. All right, cool. That looks good. All right, we're in business now. So I'm going to shorten that down to there. All right. So what I did, see if I can move all this stuff here. It's all going to be real interesting. So what I did, for those of you interested in the, in the light burn side of it, I don't like this. I'm going to have to zip tie that up. Let's see if we can zoom in on the screen here. So it's kind of hard to see, but there is a little dot right in that corner right there. And that shows me the current laser head position. So I positioned it to each corner, the top right, and then bottom left, and then said, okay, mark those spots, and then drill box. So that's the opening in the bottom of my laser. So now I can position anything I need to within the laser, and I should be able to get a pretty good idea of where it is. Wow. My camera work is bad. So I'm going to put this back over here. Bump into a bunch of stuff along the way. And my dogs are going crazy. So you can see the laser. All right, let me go grab out of my car real quick some of the stuff I got to try to engrave. Those are those glasses. These, okay. All right, that mug, that thing. All right, I haven't done a lot of engraving on glass. Kind of finicky. I probably need to keep it cool. Just don't know how to do that. So one thing I'm going to do, I just cleaned my laser not too long ago. It gets dirty quick. All right, we're going to try the glass first. No, we'll try the mug first. I really want to do the mug. All right, let me home my laser. I'll start by doing that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and position this mug right here. It's not exactly flat. I'm going to have to mess with it a little bit, but I got to take some measurements. Actually, we'll do it. We'll do this side of it. That way it stays close, as close to the... Yeah, we'll do that side of it. Be more for a left-handed person, but I don't care, because all I'm going to do is just a test box on here to see what engraves the best. But I need a couple shims first. Yeah, that keeps it relatively flat and level. Okay. Do that. Got it shimmed. Now I just need to figure out what's going on here. Ah, that's what's going on. Try to keep it as square as possible as well. Okay. So now I got to figure out the height. So I'm going to raise my laser up. Focus. And then give a continuous jog over. What's going on here? All right, there we go. Okay, that should be right over this mug. And it is. I should have taken measurements of the mug. I haven't done that yet. But if we dropped... Oh, we got a ways to go here. Okay, let's lower that down our normal height and see what happens. Hopefully it doesn't hit it and shatter it, because that would be bad. I think we'll be safe, though. Yeah. I might actually have to raise... Okay, I have a few more millimeters here. Let's say... Focus that. Put that at 23. This is kind of the trial and error you have to do. Even if I were to take very precise measurements, it would be still kind of funky. Okay, that's defocused enough. I kind of like that. Actually, I'm going to come down to full 25 millimeters. I think we're going to get lucky here. And actually, I think I want to shim that one more time. I don't have a small level to that I can set on that. I wish I did. It'd probably help a lot. Okay. That looks a little better. Let's see if that did it. We're actually going to change that to 22 millimeters just to make sure. Ah! Don't do that. The opposite of what I wanted to do. Okay. Perfect. That's defocused about 0.5 millimeter, which is exactly what I want. Okay. So now I have to figure out the bounds of this mug. Which, if I had... Let's find that. Oh. What am I making? I'm sorry. I'm not looking at my screen right now. What's up, Tim? Hey, Jacob. So what I'm making is I'm trying to engrave on a ceramic mug that I picked up from the dollar store. If I can be successful with that, then it's pretty good, potentially a pretty good profit maker. That's the goal anyway. So the bounds of that are 80 millimeters from... It's 80 millimeters from that opening and about 13, so 13 millimeters from the opening. 13 to 80. Let me draw a box here. Actually, a line. I'm going to go... Okay, let's make that... This is the fun stuff right here. About right there. And then from the edge, the other edge, I gotta go about 134 millimeters. We'll call it 130, just be safe. Oh, actually 130, and I don't want to get anywhere near this top part, so 30 to 130. All right, 30 to 130. Let's see what happens there. So let's do a line here. Figure out how long that is. Ooh, almost. Almost had it exact. Okay. So if I make a box now, I make a box. Oh, shoot. Oops. Escape. Escape. Stop. So a width of 100. Son of a bee. And a height of, what did I say that was? I don't remember. What was the height there? Oh, I need my handy dandy ruler. What up, chat? Okay. Huh? Yep. 60, call it 67. 67 millimeters. 6'7". What? I don't know. You're a smart boy. You can figure it out. Okay, so I have this roughly where I need it to be. One thing I don't like about Lightburn is the snaps are kind of funky. We'll go that way. All right. So I have figured out where it needs to be. Delete that. Delete that. All right. Now I need to throw in. I need to import calibration. Where's that? No, that's not what I want. That's not what I want. Let me find the right file. Calibration dot pattern. No. Focus interval test card. I think that's what I want. No, those are all lines. I'll have to turn those to fills. No, that's not what I want either. Oh, I know I have a file here somewhere. Hold on, it's going to take focus test. No. Polar engraving test card. The small squares. That's what I want. Okay, those are all lines. I don't want those to be lines though. Power and speed. Ooh, that fits just perfectly on that mug. Okay. So I need to change everything to a fill. Those speeds aren't right. Hold on, guys. Sorry. I have to change a lot of stuff here. This file is not correct. It's going to take me a minute. Okay. So that can go away. Boy, start from the bottom. This should be oops. It used to do it. So layer color. Oh, I could just do it this way. 320. Okay, this one should be 250. 20. This one is supposed to be 200. All I'm doing, I'm just changing the settings on the the test panel I'm doing. Actually, I'll bring the camera over here so you can see something else. Haven't had them for a while. Let's figure that back. Oh. Oh, truck is acting up. My car is acting up. It's driving me crazy. So I have a plug-in hybrid, but I haven't plugged it in a long time because the plug I had for it broke. I'm surprised it didn't catch fire, actually. But the car thinks it's plugged in when it gets cold. And let's see, 325. So yeah, this morning, it was interesting trying to start my car because it thought it was plugged in. It's like, hey, you can't drive when you're plugged in. But it wasn't plugged in because it hasn't been in a long time. So I was able to get it to move and then warm up the car, and then it was fine. It is throwing a code, though, so I've got to figure out what that code is. Maybe there's a fuse I can pull or something. I don't know. But it's a real pain in the butt. This is 25. So I don't know if you guys can see that. I think you can. But these different colored squares are different layers with different settings for speed and power. So I can figure out what's going to engrave the best. And hopefully it doesn't crack. It would suck if it cracked. I'll just clean it up, but let's see, 200. I don't know why these were all set at the same power. They shouldn't have been. I'll have to fix that file too at some point. Let's see, I'm on 30 power. I missed one here. If you are doing fills, so you have a max power and a min power. Most of the time, it's beneficial to have them both set the same, so your laser doesn't turn off. It's less likely, like when you're cutting, to leave a spot that doesn't cut through. And when engraving, it's going to keep that laser on for longer, which can lead to burning on wood. I'm hoping on ceramic it's not going to do anything too crazy. Let's see, 35. So anybody going to be watching Stranger Things tonight? To ring in the new year? I know we are. My daughter doesn't get home from work until roughly 9 o'clock. So by the time we actually get around to starting the episode, the whole family, when it finishes, we should be pretty close to the new year. Which is cool because in years past, we've tried to go to bed early because I'm old. But my redneck neighbors love to light off fireworks, and my dogs go crazy regardless of whether or not I drug them. All right, going to focus the laser. I'm going to not output the black because I don't want the laser to try to cut. Should I make this I'll make that a fill afterwards. The speed and power. I'll turn all the other layers off, and then once I find one that works well, hoping it does, I will then engrave the speed and power so I know it works on ceramic mugs. So, back to the laser, and let's see what happens. You guys are getting some interesting views today. I'm going to have to work out a better method for this tripod here. All right, let's see what. Oh. All right. Furnace is 25 years old. The draft inducer blower is messed up, not throwing that. Oof. That sucks, Tim. I miss having a wood stove. Any guys ever had a wood stove? Let me close the lid on the laser. Let's home it. And then Let's hope this works. Laser head is down. Let's see what happens here. Am I gonna crack a ceramic mug that cost me $1.50? We'll see. Here we go. Don't know what's gonna happen. Let me turn the fan on. Is it making a mark? It is making a mark, so that's cool. I'm gonna figure out which one works the best. So while you guys are watching that, I'm gonna jump on the chat here. I'll talk. You can watch the laser do its magic. Man, it's been about 30 years since I've had a wood stove. I miss it. I miss having a wood stove. I really want to put one in my garage and then vent it, put a vent through the wall or something, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. Maybe if I ever build a second garage, I'll be able to do that. Yeah, it's awesome heat, especially since you can get wood for basically nothing. My dad used to burn pallets. He worked at Ace Hardware, and he would bring home pallets and then just cut them up, and that's what we would burn. It was free, so it worked really well. Now people make furniture and stuff out of pallets, but pallets are awesome to recycle. It's usually free wood. I'll get a couple places around here where I could, if I had a truck, I'd be picking up pallets by the truckload every other day. Hey, what's up, soldier? Welcome, welcome. We're playing around with a ceramic mug and the laser. See if I can get it to engrave. Then I'm going to try a glass, a cheap glass from the dollar store. Free fitty. Yep. Great price for just about anything. So it doesn't look like this is really making much of a mark. Probably going to have to jump the power up and slow it down a little bit. I'll try it on the other side of the mug. See what happens. In retrospect, I probably should have... Well, I put it in a corner. It really doesn't matter which way I did it. Yeah, I'm about to shoot a new video. I'm getting back into the YouTube thing. I've been kind of persona non grata for a few weeks now. With the end of the band season, the holidays, and just some personal stuff that came up, I haven't really been able to do a whole lot. But I do have a new video I'm going to shoot and get back into the regular weekly lives. I'm hoping. That's the goal anyway. I did shoot one video for my students. I write a poem every year, kind of roasting my students. And so I did shoot that and I posted that. But outside of that, I haven't really done a whole lot. But I'm going to get back into it. I still have to shoot the other Christmas poems from the last 4 years before this one. Because I now have 5 years worth. And I know some of my old students would probably like to hear it again. I always perform it live in front of them. And I used to print out a copy for them. But hey, now I got YouTube. I can just do it here, and whenever they want, they can come have a look and a laugh. I might actually do another live tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see what's going on. I know we got to put our Christmas tree away. Well, actually, throw out the Christmas tree. We got a new one on sale at Lowe's. We got super lucky. So I've been begging my wife for the last 5 years. We need to get a new tree. We need to get a new tree. The needles just fall off this one, and she's like, no, 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 we don't need to. Finally, this year, she's like, yep, okay, I guess it's time for a new tree. So we walk into Lowe's, and yeah, we were able to. There was one on a cart already, a flat cart, in kind of the clearance Christmas section, 75% off. So $150. We got a taller tree, a wider tree, newer tree. Freaking that thing's big and heavy though. I got to figure out how to store it now. The old one fit in a tree bag. I could just barely get it into the attic. This one, that's not going to fit in the attic, so I got to get a couple big ass totes and probably throw it in the shed. All right, so it looks like it's done. See if there's any difference between any of these. Or do I need to? Yeah, there's really no difference between any of these. I mean, I could engrave something on there, but I think I really need to slow it down. So, can I get... Yeah, I can't get that to match up. I have another mug. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to increase the power and lower the speed, and see how that works. And I got to make my rectangle a little bit smaller that it fits into, because I want to be able to put the settings on there. So bear with me just a minute. Ooh, I need to lower this down, raise this up, and then, oh shoot. All right, don't show that layer. There we go. So I'm just messing around with a couple things. Let's see here. I'm going to make this 75% smaller. Nope, a little bit more than that. Let's go with 80% of that. Okay, there we go. That'll probably work. All right, now that I have that set, let me grab the other mug. Hold on just a second. Do I want to do it that way? No. Let's do it this way. No, I'm going to have to. No, I don't. I can do it like that. I just have to figure out where that... So I don't want to waste out of the mug, because I'll give away... Once I get the settings right, I'll give away the other mug. So, corner of my finger. Oh, shoot. Is that going to work? I don't think it's going to work. I think that's going to get... It's going to hit that. Excuse me. Shoot. So how much further is that? Boy, this is going to be fun. Yeah, I only bought 2 mugs, so... Hello, Ella. Ella, can you pass me that ruler right there?
What?
The ruler. Yep, that one.
I don't know why, but I thought you kept saying Gooner.
Not Gooner.
I couldn't hear.
All right, let's see here. This is now 50 millimeters from the bottom. All right, put that over there. 50 mil. Watch out. Everybody say hi to Ella. Line. Okay. It's 50. Move that up. Huh? Okay, well then eat something. Should have by now. All right, let's see if that works. Don't output that. Don't show that. And let's go ahead and frame that. Let's see what happens. Oh no, that means move up more. Let's frame that. See how that works. That should work. Okay. Cool. Let me fix these settings real quick. So I want a speed of, instead of 300, I'm going to go 100. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Hold on, guys. Let's see, 100, and we'll go with 50. Oh, shoot. I did that wrong. All right. 100. 50. This is going to be, let's say 80. 50. 60. 40. And 20. So I'm just adjusting the speed down on each of these layers. Oops. You need to go much slower and a higher power. So that's a speed of 100. So all these should be 100. 55, 60, 65, yeah. Fifty, 55, 60, should be 65. Eighty and 55. So 80. 80. This is super exciting, guys. I'm sorry. Should only take me a minute here. And then once I figure the best settings, then we'll come up with a design and we'll give it away. Speaking of giving away, I finally packaged up everything I was supposed to be giving away. 6055. Now, normally you shouldn't set your laser higher than 50%. That's 40 and 50, so it's be 40 and 55. But it's not going to be running for that long. 40 and 60. All right, hopefully I'm still back on. Sorry about that, guys. Did it completely go? Am I live again? Sorry about that. My wife called me. Let's see if I can see my hand in the. Okay, good. It worked. Cool. Ha! I'm hardly an expert. Go Patriots. Yeah. Ooh. There was all kinds of stuff happening while I was messing around with laser settings. Speaking of laser settings, yeah, did RJ finally plug in his new laser? I can't be unsupervised to create AI music. Fair enough. All right, let's see what happens here. When I fire up the laser, the laser head is down. Let's start it and see what happens. Again, hopefully I don't crack the laser or crack the mug. But we'll see what happens here. Huh. Yeah, of course RJ wouldn't have plugged in the new laser yet. Why would he do that? What are you doing, Gracie? All right. Had to use the backyard toilet, i.e. my yard. Because when you have a penis, the world is your bathroom. Nothing's cracked yet, I don't think. No, cool. It seems to be working. Let's see what happens. Want you to stop by to read the setup instruction. Oh my god, just plug the freaking thing in. He bought a $9,000 laser and has the. I would have been, as soon as that thing got delivered, I would have been just. RJ, there you are. I'm talking crap about you right now. Plug in the damn laser and turn it on and mess with it. Spend all that money on a freaking laser. Yeah, you need to just burn some wood. Have an extinguisher standing by just in case. Do something. I'll tell you right now, The minute you do that, it's going to become super addictive. And then you're going to go, oh, what else can I do? Like right now, I'm trying to engrave a coffee mug that I got from the dollar store just to see if I can. I don't like the sounds coming from my gantries. I'm going to have to grease them again. Some weird squeaky noises, but it's all right. It happens. Can't get the parameters to zero in. What do you mean by that, Dan? Like, I might be able to help you out. I've had cheap lasers. I have this kind of moderately expensive laser. Eventually, I'll get a nice thunder laser. But I know Lightburn pretty well. So, Tim, you can get a laser from anywhere from a couple $100 to $100,000. It runs the gamut. The one I have is about $3,000 for a desktop laser. And I have made that back and then some in the last 2 years of ownership. Just making all kinds of random stuff. It's not for everybody, but it's definitely, if it's something that you can commit time to, it's a worthwhile investment, that's for sure. Yes, hi RJ. All right, let's see what this looks like. There's a huge difference. So, I mean, I can feel it. Definitely these higher power settings are the way to go. Although it got right into the white of the actual ceramic on that one. So I'm thinking if I set that to whatever that one was, that was high power and slow. With the black coffee mug. So let's give away a black coffee mug. It may turn out to be a complete shit show. We'll see. I'm going to spin the wheel. So the amount of space, like a desktop laser, window for the upgrade miss email, the laser is where it's supposed to go, so it'll wear on the gears and motor. So it doesn't have stops on it. That's weird. What kind of laser is it, Dan? All right, so I got Dan, I got Tim, I got RJ, I got Dad. I've got, who else is here? So I can throw you on. Wheel of names. So I've got Tim. I've got Dad. I've got RJ. I've got, whoops. Go back to here. Who's live right now? Dan, Tim, RJ, Dad. Well, it says I got 4. That's the 4. I want someone live so you can tell me what you want me to engrave on it. So I'm going to give this a spin. Shuffle that and spin. And Dan, you are the winner. So, what do you want me to engrave on this, Dan? If you send me, make turn out to be a complete shit show. We'll see. But what's up, Billy Ray? Bocod. What is Bocod right now? There's no such thing as a civilian. Let's see here. Hold on, guys. I gotta grab the other mug. All right. So this is what we're gonna engrave on. So Danny, let me know. I can do your business on there. So this is what the mug looks like. The one that I'm gonna engrave. This is my test one. To try to get the settings right. I'm gonna try to get it to where it goes all the way through and does the white. I might have to run it twice. So once I figure out the file, I'll get that going. I'll get that sent out because I got a bunch of crap to go in the mail on Friday. Hungover like a motherfucker? Yeah, I understand. Yeah, Dan, you won. What do you want? Holding the mugs out of frame, by the way. Show the test one. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I can't see what I'm doing here. Let's see here. So this was the first test right here where everything was just kind of like you could see it if I engraved it, but it didn't really cut through the ceramic coating. This one, especially the bottom left here, that actually got to the white of the mug. So I'm thinking if I run it a couple times, whatever I end up engraving in here on this black mug, if I run it a couple times, it'll get down to that white. Should clean up nice. That's the theory. We'll see. So Dan, what do you want? What do you want on there? Oh yeah, it is a cheap mug. It's a dollar store mug. But that's the whole idea. Is I can spend $1.50 on a mug, be able to engrave it once I figure out the right settings, and sell it for $10. Okay, yeah, shoot. Yeah, send me an email. Do I still owe you some? I think I do. I think one of the things I'm sending that I finally got boxed up is heading to you, Dan. So you'll get multiple things in the mail. Let me pull up my email here. Maker's Murphy. So what? Care about that? Yeah, I was real bad about getting stuff shipped out. Dad, did you get your box in yet? I think I got an update today. It said it wasn't quite there yet, but I didn't actually look at the tracking. But yeah, I'm finally starting to get stuff out. I'm not as bad as, don't want to really talk shit, but bad as Bearded Viking. Okay, it hasn't shown up yet. It should be there Friday then, because I sent it out 3 or 4 days ago. We'll see. But yeah, Bearded Viking. I paid for one of the raffles he did a decent amount of money and still haven't seen it yet. I don't know. He just posted an update, said he just mailed out a bunch of stuff. I haven't gotten the notification from USPS, but it might be going to UPS. I don't know whether it's the cheapest right now. He's not that far away though. You do get the Apple Pencil holder while. Oh, okay. That's right. So, okay, cool. Well, I'm waiting for that email. Should be to my Maker's Murphy account. If you have a logo or something, I can gen up something real quick. Actually, I'll show you guys how to do that on Lightburn. How to make it happen. And then we can learn all kinds of cool stuff today. So yeah, and Dan, what kind of laser do you have? Do you have a CO2? No, you probably don't have a CO2. It's probably a diode laser, probably a cheap knockoff of the, I forget what the standard one is. That was my first laser. My first laser was a cheap knockoff. I paid like $150 for on Amazon. I was able to do a lot with it. And Tim, like, this laser doesn't take up a whole lot of space. It sits on a countertop. The hardest thing about it is figuring out how to plumb the ventilation to vent it outdoors. If I had a better setup in my shop, I have a much shorter run. Diode laser, yeah. So a diode, I mean, diodes have their place, but don't you think it's a 10 watt? Oh, I think we've had this discussion before. Yeah, you can upgrade that to a 10 or a 20 watt. Although the highest you can actually get with a single diode is 10 watt. After that, they just double them, and they focus two beams into one spot, which actually makes a wider beam. But even with a 5 watt, I mean, you can engrave wood. You won't be able to cut very well. It'll probably take, I don't know, 5 or 6 passes for 1/8 plywood. But I was able to do it. Like when I had a 5 watt, I upgraded to a 10 watt laser head, and then eventually I went, you know what, this is ridiculous. Because I was trying to mass produce stuff, and so that's why I upgraded the CO2. I mean, this is only a 50 watt CO2. I really want a 100 watt, and actually the one that RJ has, that would be awesome. I just don't have that kind of money right now. But that's it's a diode slash fiber laser, I believe. Has two different lasers built into one. Yeah, but a diode laser will engrave pretty well as long as you get your settings dialed in, and that's probably the hardest part. And if you can't adjust the Z height on it, like I couldn't on mine, but I designed a new set of legs and printed them out on my 3D printer that made it adjustable height, so I could focus it a little bit better. That's the biggest thing with any laser. It doesn't matter what kind of laser you have. Is doing focus tests and finding that sweet spot for cutting and engraving. Doing a ramp test. Ramp test is the easiest way to do it. Are you sending me the file, Dan? I was hoping to do this live. That's what I was trying to do. Was design it live and get it sent out tomorrow or Friday with everything else. Sure. Does engrave, but your laptop is down for now. Got to get a new PC. All right. The best option I have found as far as new PCs is open box sales at Best Buy. Get yourself a gaming laptop. It'll do everything you need to and then some. It'll have a good graphics card. And should be powerful enough to run just about everything you need to run. Although mine, I I got a really good deal on it, but I had to buy a power supply for it because it didn't have the power supply. And I bought a cheap one off of Amazon, but the connector isn't very good, so I got to find the actual one that belongs to my laptop and get it because it beeps at me all the time, especially under high load, saying that it's not plugged in, that it plugs back in, not plugged in, plugged in. It's really annoying. But outside of that, it's not bad. I think it's an Asus. No, my daughter has the Asus. What do I have? I don't remember. Something. Ooh, you probably want this right-handed, not left-handed, right? Most people are right-handed. I'm both. Lucky me. My students didn't believe me, and I started writing on the whiteboard with both hands. It's not pretty with my right hand, but it's functional. You are right-handed. Okay, so I'll flip this mug over, and that way, whatever the design is, I will face out while drinking a coffee. And that's what I currently have it set up for too, so that makes things a little bit easier. Cool. I'm really liking this light thing that my kids got me for Christmas. Because it has a USB out, so I get to plug my phone in via the microphone jack and keep the phone charged while I'm doing this. Okay, let's see what you got here. Woodshed by day. Okay, so I'm going to download that. Come on. Why won't it let me download the image? Okay, save image as. There we go. Actually, that's a PNG. I should be able to just copy it. Copy image. There we go. Cool. And the settings I want to use are bottom left here. So 100 speed and 70 power. All right. So we're going to do. Let's. Oh, shoot. All right. So let's see what we can do with this. Bring the camera over. Again, around a whole bunch of stuff. Ugh. All right. Hopefully we can see the screen here. Hopefully I won't be in the way. But we'll see. All right. So we're going to take your logo here. And with Lightburn, I can take that and trace the image. Oh, there's lots of stuff going on here. So with a cutoff there. Actually, let's just see what happens there. So it's going to do Let's change the threshold. Ooh, maybe lots of little fills in there. But that gets me a lot of the detail. I don't want to go that high. Yeah, that'd be crazy. Although, oh god, that would take forever. So let's turn that up and do a sketch trace. See what happens. No, I don't like that. I don't like the sketch trace. Okay. So we're going to go back to maybe something like that. I think that'll be cool. Like, I won't do all this detail in here. But let's see here. Like, I'd like it to get some of that detail. Ah, there we go. Okay, let's increase. You just got to kind of play around with these sliders a bit. But I'm losing the detail there. Oh, that's a lot going on there. Just a matter of messing with it until you get just what you want. I mean, that could be cool. Again, losing the detail of the chisels here. But I think something like that would be all right. It's going to lose some of the detail of the chisels, but the words should come out good. All right, let's put that on fill. Let's see what that looks like. So we're going to go ahead and group that again and put that on red. Okay, so that is 0.2. All right. Which is a fill layer. It's going to do lots of little stuff. So all this will be black. And everything else will be cut. Or engraved, rather. So do you want... So basically where it's white, it would end up being black. It just wouldn't be engraved. Everything else would be cut or engraved into the ceramic. So do you prefer that or the inverse of it? Because I should be able to inverse it pretty easily. Color doesn't matter to you. Okay. Let's see what happens here. So, Tim, actually, I can show you how in Lightburn you can make that happen. To follow the arc of a circle. Lightburn is awesome software for, I don't know what it costs now, $50, $75. It's pretty awesome software. All right, I'm going to undo this because I think I want. All right. Let's just see what the default looks like. And then put that on red layer. Okay. I like that. It doesn't show the wood grain in the background, but it shows some detail and everything else. So I think we're going to go with that. So I'm going to shrink that down. Put that in the same spot as this. Shrink it down some more. And a little bit more. That should work. Okay. But I got to turn it 90 degrees as well. So let me put that on black layer for now. Don't show the black layer. I can delete all of that. And then show this layer. Put that back on red. And then take it and turn it 90 degrees. That's upside down, I think. Let me check. All right, we're going to go back to watching the laser for a minute. So I can walk back and forth. Yes, that is upside down. So let's turn that 180 degrees from where it's at. All right. How long is that going to take? That says it'll take 1 minute and 45 seconds. Sure, we'll go with that. Let's see what happens here. All right. Let me frame it to make sure. Oh no, that needs to move. Okay. Actually, I can make that a little bit bigger. All right, make it a little bit bigger. All right, let's move it up a little bit. That looks fairly centered. Let me check that one more time. Maybe it can move up just a hair. What is going on here? That looks pretty centered. And I'm going to move. Yeah, I'll leave it there. All right, so I think it's good to go. And now, since it's bigger, it's going to take a whole 2 minutes and 23 seconds. Let's see what happens. So I've got it 170 for the laser. It's a fill layer. Let's see what happens. I'm going to probably run it twice. I'm going to go use the outdoor toilet again. God damn it, Gracie. Why is there a bowl outside? Stop taking bowls outside. Ugh. What else? There's more stuff outside here. Stupid dogs. Let's see how this is looking. It's working. We're going to run that twice just to make sure. Use Copilot. Okay, Copilot standard. No, Copilot standard, Tim. So, yeah. No, it's not toys outside. It's freaking... So I have a dog door built into the wall of my kitchen, so the dogs, when we're at work, can go in and out of the house. And, yeah, my kids like to leave stuff on the counters. My big dog can get it. So plastic, anything plastic, it's going outside. Cups, plates, bowls, whatever. So Tim, Lightburn is the software I was just showing that runs lasers, but it also is design software too. Real basic stuff, but what I like about it is the image trace function on it is pretty damn awesome. It does a really, really good job of doing image traces. So what did that look like? It looks really good. But I'm going to run it again just to make sure. This may completely screw it up, but I can always go buy another one and just do it once. You spelled there wrong, but yes. It's funny. Oh, it's blown away the dust, the ceramic dust from the previous pass as it goes. So the air assist is doing its job. That's cool. It's doing what you want. Finally got a sticker. Yeah, Tim, Copilot's actually pretty good. I use a mix of Copilot, ChatGPT, and Canva whenever I'm designing something. I did some T-shirt designs yesterday to troll Buffalo Bills fans. Threw that up on my Etsy shop, and I had to use basically all three to make it happen. Because some AIs are better than others at certain tasks. So it took a little bit of everything. Plus, I used a little Inkscape as well to do some of what I needed to do. And Inkscape, if you didn't know, is like Adobe Photoshop / Illustrator for free. I think it has a one-time fee associated with it. You can use it for free, but there's some to get upgrades and stuff or something like that. I don't remember. Yeah, I pay for Canva, I think. But that was because there was some tools I needed for some band stuff. I actually need to cancel that. I just recently canceled that subscription, I think. All right, Dan, I can't really put it exactly right back where it was, so let's see what this looks like. It might look like complete crap, and I might have to go buy another one. Or it came out great. We'll see. Well, it's not complete crap. It's not great, but still pretty cool. Can we see that in frame? Hey, there we go. It's off-center just a little bit, but I think it came up pretty good. So you get yourself a custom coffee mug right there. If I were to do that again, I'd probably do it bi-directional. Hey, we learned something today. We figured some stuff out. Look at that. Got yourself a custom coffee mug. So I will send that out to you, and on Friday, along with everything else I got to send out. We learned some stuff today. Cool. So I think that's it for today. I'm going to mess around with doing some engravings on glass, but I got to look up some settings from some like the Facebook group that I use for my laser and whatnot. Let's see here. Can I move that up? Hey, I can. Hey, my ugly mug is probably there by now. Is it? That work? Hey, it does. Look at that. So, hey, thanks for hanging out on a random Wednesday or whatever day it is today. Yeah, it's Wednesday. In the afternoon. Not normally my time that I would do a live, but why not? I was home. So thanks for hanging out. And I'm going to try to keep this regular again now that the holidays are done. And, I've got hopefully time to keep up with this. And thanks for hanging out. And we'll see you on the next one. I'm going to try to do Saturday, scrap today. I've got some ideas of some things I want to make based off of what Jasco did recently, but I'm going to try to do on the laser, as well as do a scrap wood version of it, and we'll see what happens from there. So cool. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you on the next one. And as always, go make something.